Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So let's have another look at Yamato Takeru Zero. And then before I did put up a playthrough of him, but that was with sort of a gimmicky team with three of Parvati. So I will do kind of a more standard team this time. And gimmicks here are mines only, although there is a new gimmick, the needle panel, I guess you would say. And then to talk about the team that I'm using Loki Transcendent. He's got Minesweeper, he has a bounce, and although he is not wood, so he doesn't get the elemental advantage, his bump combo is so strong that I thought he would be fine here. Next up I'm using Parvati Ascension. She is a Pierce with a Minesweeper L, so she gets 2.5 times the damage when she picks up a mine. She's a Pierce though, so she can't do really good concentrated damage, so that's why I'm using only one Pierce. But being Pierce, of course, she can get around pretty easily and then set off people's bump combos. And that's kind of the focal point of this team. Everybody's bump combo is pretty strong, so I will try to get out as many of those as I can every turn. And then Loki, he also has the blast bump combo, the sub bump combo. So that can help on other people's turns to hit him and then set off their own bump combo. And yeah, I guess I'll talk about the mission real quick. These blue demons, just like in the standard Yamato Takeru, they have a one-hit KO, so we definitely want to take them down before their higher numbered attack. And that's why it's important to do focused damage, so that you can take them down one by one. But as we can see here, bump combos are also doing fine to take them down. And then to continue talking about my team, I'm also using a Mammon Ascension. He is a flight with, he's a bounce character with flight. And he has a strong strike shot which charges up pretty quickly, where he becomes a Pierce, but then changes to bounce once he hits a wall. And there are lots of chances where there are enemies and bosses next to the wall, where we can get in there and then do kind of a pinch shot, get some good damage. And he also has a flare bump combo, which has a small chance to stun whomever it hits. And then finally I'm using a Robin Hood Evolution. He has a bounce with a Minesweeper. He has a new unique bump combo, which shoots out 3 shots at everybody on the screen. And this is really useful for, you know, kind of lowering the HP of these blue demons in particular. But if we had Robin Hood in the kind of the corner, for example in the lower right hand corner, and we were to hit him, all of the shots for all of the enemies would go out, but they would all go into the boss, since the boss would be in the way. So that would be a good way to get concentrated damage out of that bump combo. Alright, so here we are on the first mini-boss stage. And then if we do take down the mini-boss first, everybody else will run away. So that can be a good kind of a technique to keep in mind. We could either, you know, play more conservatively and take down the blue demons and then take down the boss, or we can just go for the boss first. If we're able to do that within the turns that the blue demons have their one-hit KO. And then this Yamato Takeru boss also has a new attack, the Speed Bomb, I guess you could call it. And then it goes, oh, there it is. It goes randomly out to a target. It doesn't go towards the nearest target, just completely random. And then it does a certain amount of damage based on the speed of the character. So high-speed characters are not recommended for this quest, since they take so much damage. And everybody on this team is on the slow side. I think maybe Parvati has some higher speed. But the other 3 guys, not so much, so we can kind of mitigate the damage there. Okay, and I think this is the last mini-boss stage before the real boss. And yeah, as we can see, the blue demons, they have 6 turns until their one-hit KO. So we have 6 turns to either take down the blue demons or else take down the boss. Alright, so there I decided to sort of kind of limit the damage I would take from the needle panel. So we used Loki's Strike Shot. And that can be really useful for him to improve his positioning as well. His bump combo is very reliant on good positioning. Okay, let's use Madman's Strike Shot. We'll get on the left side of Yamato Takeru. And we have the weak point, and then also the speed up that we get when we hit the guy in the boot. So that was good enough to take him down. Okay, now the boss sequence is starting. And this is kind of a combination of elements we've seen before. We got the speed up boot guys, we got the blue demons that have their one-hit KOs. We have Okita Soji, who does a variety of attacks. And then finally we have Yamato Takeru, the boss. And the boss has a lot of homing attacks, like a homing shot or that speed bomb that we just saw. He has only one attack that we can avoid, and that is his horizon laser. So if we stay above or below Yamato Takeru, like there, then we'll be okay. And then there's a chance to pinch in between those blue demons, so we'll do that with Mammon. And then, before the boss can revive anybody, we'll just try to take down the boss. Okay, very good. Alright, here is the second boss stage. And I would say this stage is very difficult compared to the first stage. The blue demons are kind of separate, so we can't pinch in between them. And we definitely want to take them down before their one-hit KO. Another really difficult thing about this entire quest is that the boss revives all of these other guys very quickly. So even if we take the time to take down the blue demons, for example, they'll be revived again pretty quick, so that keeps us on our toes. But here, this is the best place, I think, to use Robin Hood's Strike Shot, just because the boss is very close to the wall. On the third and last stage, he's pretty far away from the wall. He's kind of in the center of the map. So there's not really a good place to use the Strike Shot. Alright, Loki's in a pretty good position. We want him near the boss, so he'll just stay there, do some damage to the blue demon. And then with Pavarti, we'll set off some bump combos. Okay, pretty good. Decent damage on the boss, and what's-her-face in the lower left. And then with Mammon, we stunned Okita Soldier there on the right, so that buys us a little bit more time as well. So we'll use Mammon's Strike Shot again, that charged up pretty quick, in order to kind of improve his positioning and to set off Loki's bump combo. Alright, not much that Robin Hood can do here. I was hoping to do a kind of a pinch attack on the right, but we got an irregular bound, and then we kind of went all over the place. That turned out okay, but you saw that we took a lot of damage from the needle panels. Okay, so hopefully that gives you an idea of how to progress through the quest, and we'll see you again. Take care.